Hello, I'm Bethany.
I'm Lee.
Lee and I met as neighbors in college, and we have been married for 16 years.
We have a very mature, comfortable relationship, very much in love. We have very similar personalities. We do like to make each other laugh.
We've been through kind of a lot, and so some really good times and some really tough times, and that just kind of helps us pull in the same direction as a team. Learn to laugh our way through a lot of things. We're very excited about our first child. We feel very blessed by the opportunity to adopt. We would very much like to be able to adopt again after this. Whatever God blesses us with, whether that's one child or 3 children, we are going to feel just so blessed.
So I was born and raised entirely on the western slope of Colorado. My dad had a machine shop, so I grew up, in his shop. My brother, he builds like high-end custom cars. That's just the life we grew up with, and any children we have, that'd be kind of what I would hope for them also.
We both have family ties in southwest Colorado in mining and farming. I'm born and raised in Colorado, but I grew up both on the western slope and the Front Range. My father is a retired civil engineer, and my mother retired from higher education finance. My sister Lauren and her 2 daughters, our nieces, and her husband live in the greater Denver area. Hopefully they're trying to work their way back this direction because they would very much like to have their children grow up with their cousins and with their family. Speaking of family, that's kind of how I grew up. We always spent a lot of time together. 2 of our cousins are pretty much the same age as my sister and I, and so it was just the 4 of us for a while, and we were kind of collectively known as the twerps, and we're still to this day more sisters than cousins. Lee is an incredible husband who understands me both inside and out, which is just absolute blessing and absolutely perfect. He knows when I've had a bad day just by the tone of my voice. He's kind and thoughtful, and he works very hard to support our family. He's funny. He's pretty funny. He's an amazing cook. He loves to entertain our family and our friends at barbecues and dinners, so we do a lot of entertaining.
Bethany is such a loving and nurturing person.
She's so loving.
No, she is. She takes care of people. She takes care of everyone around her. She's always been a teacher at heart, especially with our nieces. She kind of brings them along wherever they're at. When they were really little, she was conscious of having an activity or something that they could do. Even the hikes, just kind of bringing them along and teaching them about the outdoors and about caring for the land, being a part of Southwest Colorado.
So both Lee and I graduated with our bachelor's degrees. Lee's degree is in engineering management, and mine is in English. Lee is working for a local engineering firm as a project inspector. And while I was a high school teacher for several years, I decided to go to work for a bank just because that makes me a little more available for our family. So things that are important to us are our personal relationship with God. We attend a Lutheran church. We both have strong family ties, a strong work ethic. Understanding the place that we live in is really important to us. And then just broadening our worldview whether that's through education or through travel.
Both enjoy being outside. I do like doing yard work. Bethany has a great little garden. During the summer, we spend a lot of time outside, whether we're in our garden or we're out hiking or camping. During the wintertime, we usually end up going skiing and snowboarding.
My family, almost all of them, live just down the road. So we're all very close. They're a part of our daily lives. One way that, for example, that's been useful so far is that our new standard poodle pup, Stella, gets to go to my mom's house every day to play with her standard poodle puppy, Ruby. The reason that we decided on standard poodles, not only because they're hypoallergenic, but because they're good active dogs, they're very athletic, but then also because they're really gentle and loving and are often used as therapy dogs, which is going to be important because we're going to have kids.
My parents live just a few hours away. I talk to them at least once a week, if not more. We see them at least, once every few months. My mom is going to love being a grandmother. I'm sure she's going to have some kind of a craft or something to do. She's going to be sewing lessons. My dad and brother, they're really craftsmen. They're really good at what they do, and I'm sure they would love to be able to share that skill with a child.
So my family is all very excited about this adoption. We're always trying to make our family bigger. So my mom is going to be our primary child care provider. She's just looking forward to teaching kids about the farm, lots of outside things.
It's really important, both our families, just sort of hard work, being there to help one another out, be there and
Be committed.
Be committed. And
Committed
I
to
think
something, see it through.
just discipline and hard work are important to us.
We're very excited about bringing a child into this family. When it comes to being able to talk about that and handle the reality of the adoption and any questions that the child may have, some personal experience. I do have my cousin Alex was adopted. Our approach to that as a whole family has always just been to answer any questions he has, to talk about it as much as he wants to talk about it. I think that you just talk about how grateful that you are, that the child understands that like this was, you are special, you are chosen, wanted. Yeah, loved, needed, all of those things that are important for any child. We've been doing a lot of research, so we're planning on using, age-appropriate children's books, age-appropriate discussions that can be had, counseling if it's necessary, community events. It'll be a lot of learn as we go, but we are always going to put the best interest of the child first. That's always what's going to come first. So.